It was leaning against the bench at the downtown bus stop, old and out of place. A vintage Polaroid Sun 600, the kind that spits out a square photo. No one was around. I picked it up, thinking I'd turn it in somewhere. But as I held it, a low mechanical whir came from inside. A fresh white photo slid out of the front with a familiar zeep. The picture developed slowly. It wasn't the street in front of me. It was an image of a kitchen. A nice, modern kitchen. In the foreground, out of focus, was the back of a man's head. He was looking out a window. The photo was time-stamped in the bottom corner, 9:17 p.m. I checked my watch. It was 4:30 in the afternoon. I shrugged, assuming it was some old, pre-exposed film. I stuck the photo in my coat pocket and took the camera home. That night, I was watching the news. A breaking story came on. A local man had died in a sudden home accident. They showed a photo of his house. I sat up straight. The kitchen they flashed on screen, the one where it happened, was the kitchen from the Polaroid. The reporter said the time of the incident was estimated at around 9:15 p.m. My skin went cold. I pulled the square photo from my pocket. The timestamp, 9:17 p.m. The man's head in the window. It was him. Minutes before he died. I told myself it was a horrific, impossible coincidence. But the next day, the camera whirred again in my apartment. Another photo ejected. This one showed a rain-slicked street at night, the glare of headlights on wet asphalt, seen from a pedestrian's point of view. The timestamp read 11:03 p.m. I didn't leave my apartment all day. I just watched the camera, dread coiling in my stomach. At 10:58 p.m., I turned on the police scanner app. At 11:06, a call came in. A pedestrian struck by a hit-and-run driver on Jefferson Avenue. The time of the call, 11:04 p.m. This wasn't coincidence. The camera wasn't taking pictures of the present. It was taking pictures of the immediate future. And they were all of moments right before someone's death. I was holding a camera that predicted mortality. I couldn't bring myself to destroy it. What if I was in the next picture? I hid it in a drawer, but I could hear it whirring at night, processing futures in the dark. 2 days later, another photo slid out under the drawer. My hands shook as I picked it up. It was an interior shot. A living room, my living room, from the angle of my own bookshelf. The timestamp read 2:08 a.m., tomorrow's date. Panic was a sharp, metallic taste in my mouth. The camera was in the drawer. This photo was taken from across the room. Someone or something was going to be in my apartment tomorrow night, taking a picture of the space where I sit. I didn't sleep. I bought new locks. I piled furniture against the door. The appointed night arrived. I sat in the dark living room, facing the bookshelf, a baseball bat across my knees. 1 a.m., 1:30. The silence was suffocating. 2:05 a.m. My eyes were fixed on the room. Nothing moved. 2:07 a.m. The camera whirred. The sound didn't come from the drawer. It came from right beside me on the couch. I jerked my head. The Polaroid was sitting there. It hadn't been there a second before. It whirred again, and a fresh photo slid out. I didn't want to look, but I had to. I lifted the developing square. It was a picture of my own face, pale and wide-eyed with terror, taken from just a few feet away. The timestamp read 2:08 a.m. In the picture, I was looking at something just to the left of the camera, something you couldn't see in the frame. I slowly turned my head, following my own photographed gaze to look at the empty space beside me on the couch. The bat fell from my hands. I understood now. The camera wasn't predicting the deaths of strangers. It was creating a timeline, a sequence. It showed me the deaths of others first, to make me believe its predictions were inevitable, to make me believe in the future it saw, all to prepare me for this moment, to make me sit here waiting so it could complete the final picture in the set. My picture. The whirring started again, not from the camera on the couch, from the drawer across the room. I looked over. The drawer was still closed. The camera was still on the couch, but the whirring grew louder, coming from both places at once, and from the hallway, and from inside the walls, a chorus of mechanical anticipation. It wasn't taking a picture of the future. It was deciding it. And my part was done. I didn't move. I just waited for the next photo to emerge, wondering what story it would tell next, and who would be left to develop it. The camera on the couch sat silent. The whirring in the walls faded. The only sound was my own trembling breath, waiting for the next seep to break the silence, and for a new white square of fate to slide into the world.